Why is the Book of Enoch not part of the Bible? An intriguing question indeed. The Book of Enoch, for those unfamiliar, is a religious text that, for reasons shrouded in mystery, did not make its way into the biblical canon. This ancient narrative, attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, carries with it a sense of intrigue, a dash of the mystical, and a heap of controversy. Its omission from the Bible is a curious one, stirring debates among scholars, theologians, and mystery lovers alike. Some argue that it was deliberately left out, others suspect it was simply overlooked. But why? What secrets or truths might be concealed within its pages that led to this exclusion? Is it a case of divine intervention, political maneuvering, or just a simple oversight? Does its exclusion imply a hidden truth or simply an oversight? Let's delve into this enigma. Unearthed from the sands of Ethiopia in the late 18th century, the Book of Enoch was a revelation. So, who was the fortunate one to stumble upon this profound piece of history? It was none other than the daring Scottish explorer James Bruce. His fascination with the mysteries of the ancient world led him on a journey into the heart of Ethiopia. There, amid a forgotten monastic library, he discovered the Book of Enoch, a text that had been lost to the Western world for millennia. The book, once in Bruce's possession, aroused a wave of curiosity in the religious community. Scholars were intrigued by this ancient manuscript that claimed to be written by Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah. The book's existence was known from references in other texts, but no one had laid eyes on it for centuries. The initial reception of the book was mixed. Some were excited about the prospect of deepening their understanding of biblical history. Others, however, were skeptical, questioning the authenticity of the book. The challenge then was to translate and interpret the ancient Ge'ez script in which the book was written. This task fell upon the shoulders of scholars who painstakingly worked to unravel the text's mysteries. The first complete English translation was accomplished by Richard Lawrence, an Anglican archbishop in 1821, nearly half a century after its discovery. Lawrence's translation opened the door to a world of celestial journeys, fallen angels, and prophetic visions. The Book of Enoch was no ordinary religious text. It was a window into a time and a perspective that had been lost to the sands of history. The translation process was far from smooth. The complex imagery and apocalyptic themes presented in the book challenged conventional biblical interpretations. As a result, the Book of Enoch remained a contentious piece of scripture, stirring debate among religious scholars. This ancient text, lost for centuries, was now ready to unveil its secrets. The discovery of the Book of Enoch was just the beginning. Its contents would soon ignite a firestorm of controversy, forever changing the way we understand religious history. The Book of Enoch, a narrative filled with angels, giants, and apocalypses. This ancient text is a riveting blend of history, prophecy, and celestial intrigue. It chronicles the life of Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, who is said to have walked with God and was spared the fate of mortality. This is where the Book of Enoch diverges from the traditional biblical narrative, venturing into realms of the ethereal and the extraordinary. Enoch's narrative is divided into 5 distinct parts. The first is the Book of Watchers, which introduces us to a group of angels known as the Watchers. These celestial beings, fascinated by human life, descend to earth, breaking divine law. They teach humanity various forbidden arts, leading to an era of corruption and violence. The Book of Parables, the second part, is where Enoch receives 3 parables in the form of visions, each unveiling mysteries about the cosmos, the divine judgment, and the spiritual world. Here, we encounter the Son of Man, an enigmatic figure whose identity has sparked countless debates among scholars. The astronomical book is the third segment of Enoch's narrative. It delves into the movements of celestial bodies, proposing a unique understanding of cosmology that challenges conventional wisdom. The fourth part, the Book of Dreams, reveals Enoch's prophetic dreams, foretelling the great flood and the judgment upon the wicked. The final part, the Epistle of Enoch, is a moral exhortation, urging righteousness and warning against the sin of moral corruption. Here, Enoch's narrative culminates in apocalyptic imagery, painting a vivid picture of the final judgment. The Book of Enoch is a text that defies convention at every turn. It is a narrative that straddles the line between the earthly and the divine, the historical and the mythical. It is a book that dares to delve into the mystical, the forbidden, and the apocalyptic. Its vivid imagery and apocalyptic tone left many in awe and others in fear. Despite its fascinating content, the Book of Enoch found itself shunned from the biblical canon. This exclusion in itself has sparked countless debates and theories, adding even more intrigue to this already mysterious text. The reasons behind the Book of Enoch's exclusion are as complex as the book itself. One of the primary reasons is the controversial themes present in the text. The Book of Enoch contains descriptions of the fall of the Watchers, a group of angels who, according to the book, descended on earth to mate with human women and teach forbidden knowledge. This narrative contradicts the traditional biblical teachings and was seen as too controversial for inclusion in the canonical Bible. Additionally, the Book of Enoch includes detailed accounts of heavenly realms and the end of the world, concepts that were considered too speculative and mystifying for the religious scholars of the time. The book's deep dive into cosmology and eschatology was viewed as potentially misleading for the faithful, steering them away from the more grounded teachings of the Bible. But it wasn't just the content of the book that led to its exclusion. The religious politics of the time played a significant role as well. The Book of Enoch was written in an era of religious turmoil, a time when different factions were battling for theological dominance. The book's radical ideas didn't align with the mainstream religious ideologies, making it a target for exclusion. Moreover, the authorship of the Book of Enoch was also a matter of contention. Traditional religious texts were believed to be divine revelations, but the Book of Enoch is attributed to a human author. This further undermined its acceptance into the biblical canon. Despite its profound insights and unique perspectives, the Book of Enoch was deemed too controversial, too unorthodox. It didn't fit into the established religious narrative, and so it was cast aside. The Book of Enoch became an outcast, a pariah among religious texts. Its exclusion from the Bible has only added to its mystique, making it a tantalizing subject for those who are drawn to the unexplored corners of religious lore. Today, the Book of Enoch continues to enthrall, mystify, and provoke. Its enigmatic nature and tantalizing content have ensured its legacy persists into the 21st century, captivating the minds of those drawn to the biblical mysteries and beyond. The Book of Enoch, despite its exclusion from the Christian biblical canon, has not faded into obscurity. Instead, it has found a place of prominence in popular culture. Its themes and narratives often referenced in literature, film, and even music. From the weighty tomes of scholars to the pulsing beats of pop songs, the influence of the Book of Enoch is pervasive, its allure transcending the boundaries of academia and entering the realm of the everyday. The Book of Enoch's enduring appeal lies not just in its content, but in the questions it raises. It prompts us to ponder the nature of divine revelations, the legitimacy of religious texts, and the very origins of humanity. Its cryptic passages, filled with celestial beings and apocalyptic visions, beckon us towards a deeper understanding, an understanding that remains for now just out of reach. Despite its age, the Book of Enoch has not lost its relevance. In the age of information, where knowledge is just a click away, the Book of Enoch stands as a challenge. It dares us to delve into the unknown, to question the accepted, and to seek truth in the unexplored corners of our existence. The Book of Enoch has become more than just a text. It has transformed into a symbol of the human thirst for knowledge, of our unending quest for understanding, and of our fascination with the enigmatic and the arcane. The Book of Enoch, once buried in the sands of time, now stands as a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human desire to seek answers, no matter how elusive.